Hey guys, so today we're going to work on restoring some pelvic mobility, and that's something that you can commonly lose after like lower back injuries or hip injuries, sometimes even ankle injuries. And it's a really useful thing to reclaim because you need it for walking and squatting and bending over and reaching overhead. And yeah, so really a commonly thing that isn't brought back into sync with other joints and other movements. So we're just going to focus and sort of zoom in today on what that mobility looks like. Okay, so first off, you need a floor and a mat if you'd like, maybe a pillow. It depends on how flexible your upper back is or your rib cage. And yeah, so let's get started. So what we're talking about is if I lay down on my back and I think about my pelvis down here, and so I've got my fingers on the front and my thumbs on the back, and they're just there to kind of give you some feedback. So if I rock my pelvis through my legs, that means that I'm going to arch my back. And now if I do the opposite, so if I had a hand under my back and I try and squish my hand into the ground, that's now a posterior tilt. So I'm rocking my pelvis backwards. So it might seem like quite an easy thing as I'm doing this, but for people that have lost this can be kind of a tricky movement to do. So instead of thinking a lot about body parts, let's focus on where we want to push our pelvis, okay? So like I said, through the knees. So I'm almost using my thumbs, I'm pushing up, but I'm using my back, thinking big back arch, I can slide my hand underneath. And then for the opposite, the posterior tilt, I'm trying to squish my hand into the ground. Now, we can start syncing this up with some breathing. So something that's coupled with arching the back is breathing in. So as I arch my back like this, I'll breathe in. And now as I squish my hand underneath here, I'll breathe out. And so you could arch your back and breathe out, but it's an easier position to breathe in, and then the vice versa. I could breathe in with my back pushed into the ground, but it's more of a breathing out position, so you'll get more breath out here. And when we squat and walk, we kind of hang around in between those ranges a little bit. It's okay to go outside of them, but sometimes you need to reteach the range first, like what we're doing, in an environment that feels nice and safe and friendly in the ground, and I can feel lots of things. And then you start to strengthen it up in more challenging ranges or adding higher weights. And we'll go over those in some later videos. But to start with, just work on rocking that pelvis forward and back. And then if that starts to feel pretty easy, you can start throwing some breath in. So maybe I breathe in, going through my legs, and then curling under like this. Breathing in, curling back like this. And as you're doing it, try and make all the work start to come from sort of tummy area and back. You might feel those muscles doing some work, but see if you can keep the legs pretty relaxed. And then eventually, which will feel maybe a little more advanced, is to do it with the legs straight. You might lose some range, but you should still be able to have some movement here. So if I arch my back, I'm rocking my pelvis forward, anterior tilt, and then tucking under like this. And can my hamstrings relax here when I do this? And maybe just using some tummy muscles. Yeah, so give that a go. If it's challenging, then work on it. If it's too easy, then let's go to some of the further videos along. If you like this video, then please hit like below. Otherwise, to check out more of our content in the future, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking our logo over here. And to check out our latest video, click up here.